What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another live stream. Let's hit that like button on your way in. We definitely got to chop it up, y'all. I'm going to allow YouTube to send that notification out. What's going on, Sticky Finger? Warhammer, what's going on? Grace Hill's in the building. Mr. Authentic. Yes, indeed. Y'all already know what time it is. I got to set the record straight. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to our image, right now we are on the rebuilding stage. We are officially on a reconstruction image initiative. That's what it is. We're officially reconstructing the black man image. We're defending the faith. We're defending ourselves. And we're not going to allow anybody to muddy the waters. Not at all. Not at all. Now, you have this perverted YouTuber who has decided to steal my image reconstruction talking points and change the narrative to fit their own perverted, nasty little fetishes. And I'm not finna let that happen. Because one thing you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is when it comes to these celebrities, they may look like us, but they're not us. What do I mean by that? I mean, yes, on the world stage, they represent us because that's what the people see, what's on TV. But their life in all perpetuity belongs to the industry. Therefore, they get used to push certain agendas. Now, I did a live stream about the conspiracy behind black men being targeted. And those who understood where I was coming from, they comprehended the fact that these celebrities are used on purpose. They build them up, they have us idolize them, and then they sacrifice them because that's psychological warfare against anyone who follows them. And I want to just make this clear before we get into the material that I'm about to react to. Let me make this very clear. I am no way, shape, or form defending any of these celebrities who may have violated a woman, may have done something that was against the law. Anyone who has gotten a situation they're in, because at the end of the day, a lot of these celebrities, no, all of them who have made it to mainstream success, they sold their souls. They wrote that contract in blood. The only thing I'm doing is expressing that there must be a reshaping and a remolding, a new configuration of our image. Now, you had some perverted YouTuber who decided to make a video about freeing Tory Lanez, freeing Chris Brown, freeing Diddy, and freeing Mystical. Now, first and foremost, Mystical is in jail for first-degree rape. First-degree rape. I want it to be known for everybody who's watching. The movement that we on right now about reconstructing our image, we do not defend any of that type of behavior. We do not grandize that behavior. We do not promote that behavior. And we definitely understand that the reason why these entertainers who may look like us get judged the way they get judged is because they sold out. And we know that God is going to judge our people twice as much when we sin because we're supposed to be made to correct the world. So we understand that judgment comes to these celebrities. We get that part. What we're essentially doing is saying that these men don't represent us. Now, I put out a video and a content creator stole a lot of my talking points, right? This perverted tether stole the mass majority of my content, right? And let me show y'all something. This video right here was the template that he used to do it. Are black men being targeted? The conspiracy to destroy our image. Now, the key is the conspiracy to destroy our image. Now, these men, with the exception of a few, perhaps, these men got into the industry and they signed up for it. Are black men being targeted? Question mark. The conspiracy to destroy our image, our image, our image, our image. So right now, what we're trying to do is point out the fact that they're using these celebrities to destroy our image. Now, what this perverted psychopath did was he took that as an opportunity to say, let's free these guys, whoever is incarcerated, free them. And then he goes on a long perverted tangent. And I want y'all to hear what he had to say because I got to set the record straight and make it be known that we don't affiliate with this character. This is a tether, and he's doing what tethers do. They tether. They take our talking points and they manipulate it, they pollute and they corrupt it, and they mold it to fit their own personal narratives. And his narrative happens to be getting with younger women. That's his whole motive. That's his whole MO. And that's what he's trying to push. I want to let it be known. We don't affiliate with this dude. We don't rock with this guy, not whatsoever. And we don't align ourselves with any of his ideologies. He's not educated on what the mission and the goal at hand is. So I want to make that very clear. All right. Now that that's established, y'all got to see this. This is utterly remarkable right here. Now, I'm going to really educate y'all on some things because we can't be falling for this. This guy right here is not one of our people. May look like us, but the things that he's saying in this video is so disgusting. The things he's saying is so perverted. And the only reason I'm even covering this is because he stole my talking points. And I don't want people to think we aligned with this guy. I don't want people to think that we adhere to the same philosophies at all, right? Now, let's continue.
Talk. Got a lot of people out there doing a lot of dirt. We got to set the record straight. A lot of you black men are sellouts.
Now, right off the bat, he says a lot of black men are sellouts. Now, this is the same guy that wanted Carmelo Anthony to rot in prison, while at the same time, he's screaming free R. Kelly. At the same time, he's screaming free P. Diddy. He wanted Carmelo to rot in jail, but he's talking about free P. Diddy? Huh? Anyway, y'all, you got this guy trying to bite my whole style, how I talk, everything, right? Let's go.
and you do whatever you can to make $1, even if it means to continually throw black men under the bus.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last month straight, this man has been doing nothing but throwing black men under the bus. That's exactly what he's been doing. He's literally been throwing black men under the bus for an entire month. This is an imposter. Let's go.
It's one thing if you're guilty of a crime, then yeah, we need to drag your ass. But when a black man is down and you continually throwing dirt on that man, you are considered a race traitor. And you're not standing on business. You're not standing on code.
Now, I want you all to understand the only reason he's acting like he stands with these guys is because he's been put in hot water for a video he put out about 11-year-old girls being primed and ready, for I don't know what. For matter of fact, I could just do y'all better and play the video. We can get to that. We could get to that. Now, I'm going to show you the whole reason he's even doing this video. Hold on. Let me pull that up real quick. I should have had that up, but we got to have that. Because I want you to hear it out his own mouth, right? So y'all don't think that I'm somehow making something up on this dude, right? We're going to pull that up. Watch this.
It's sad.
Hold on. Let's go.
Most of you brothers, you know how to find hoes, but you don't know how to find virgins. Virgins, you have to find them when they're young. Find them when they're young. Find them when they're young. You have to find them before they get. In order to do that, you got to pretty much talk to women. They're all over the place. You see young ladies every day. Problem is, you are scared of the system. You scared. And, let me bring a lot of times, people are calling R. Kelly pedophile.
And he said you guys are scared of the system. The reason why y'all can't find virgins because y'all scared of the system. This is what he said, right?
Kelly this. R. Kelly's a G.
So he said R. Kelly's a G.
R. Kelly's a G. R. Kelly's a G. R. Kelly is one of the realest dudes that are out there when it comes to dealing with women. He might not be on the righteous side in terms of wifing women up and taking care of a family and doing all of that other stuff. But he's out there in the world, He's in that mindset that most of us brothers been in, just kind of just doing what we want. But at the end of the day, R. Kelly is one of the realest dudes out there when it comes to dealing with women. He keeping shit above. I don't think R. Kelly's a pet. I don't think R. Kelly's a pet. I don't think R. Kelly's a pet. You know what I mean? He got hooked up with Aaliyah. They've been calling this man a pet. He dating a 15-year-old girl. Aaliyah was not no 15-year-old girl. Aaliyah was a 15-year-old young lady. 15-year-old young lady. 15-year-old young lady.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
And you must gotta get that shit through your head. Stop calling young ladies girls. A girl is not a girl when she can have a baby. You understand? Women can have babies. Young ladies can have babies. When you reach that age where you can have a baby, I don't know how old you are.
He said he don't care how old they are once they reach the age where they can have babies. And that, y'all dudes just scared of the system, pretty much.
I don't know how old you are.
He said he don't care how old they are. If they have a menstrual cycle, they a grown-ass woman and they ready. Like the R. Kelly song, seems like you're ready. Yeah, that's what he's talking about right now.
I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old you
He said he don't care how old they are.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You mother bring the age limit low down. So I heard one person say, well, a girl can get her period at age 11. Are you saying she's a woman now? Yes, she's a woman now.
So he's trying to claim that 11-year-old that get their menstrual cycle is a woman now. Now, mind you, in context, he says, you guys are scared of the system and y'all can't get virgins. And now he's saying an 11-year-old is a grown-ass woman. There's no way to defend this. We don't align ourselves with this sick, perverted, freaked out dude. And the things he's going to say in the latest video he put out is going to be shocking, even more shocking and alarming.
Yes, she's a woman now. Yes, she's a woman now.
So you hear that. You hear that. But the video he just put out is definitely a crash out video. He crashed out on this video. Right? Now, first of all, now I was going to show y'all Mystical's charges because he actually called out Mystical too. But let's get back to the video. Let's go. And everybody get the likes up on the video just so we can spread the message and put the whole team on alert that we're not rocking with dude. And just to set the record straight, we're not rocking with anybody who violate or harmed any women or young girls either. Let's go.
You a sellout. That is an example of what a coon really is. Free R. Kelly. Free P. Diddy. Free Mystical. Free Chris Brown.
Now, Mystical, let me explain Mystical for a second. Mystical went to prison for rape. He was there on extended stay. He got out on first degree rape. We're not talking about SA. We're not talking about rumors. We're talking about first degree rape, gang rape. Then he gets locked up, serves his time, gets out and does it again. He's talking about free Mystical. Like, listen, y'all, we not rocking with this. And what I want y'all to understand is R. Kelly, P. Diddy, none of these kind of guys are actually they're not actually us. They're just being used to represent us. They're being used to actually destroy our image. So he tried to take my talking point and use it to push his own agenda because these are the things that he's into. Right? Now, let's go.
Free Tory Lanez. Free.
Now, no, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know that I've been speaking about freeing Tory Lanez. You know, I've been speaking about freeing Chris Brown. Like, look at this demon. Y'all know I've been speaking about, DDG getting into issues and things of that nature. So what he did was he grabbed the talking points and he used it to push his own agenda. But I'm going to let it play out some.
Smokey Robinson. Too many black men are getting thrown under the bus. And these content creators are continually dragging these men. I'm going to do a whole investigation on what's going on in these streets regarding these cases. Because I see what's happening. Let's start with R. Kelly. That man is innocent. Let's break this thing down. In the United States, we have laws, we have statutes, we have different things and guidelines that we must abide by. In the case with Kelly, they coerced some women to testify against this man. These women were his women.
Now, this is why I have to explain what goes on in the industry. We know since the early 2000s, late 90s, that Kelly was allegedly urinating on underage and underdeveloped girls. We know that. 101s know, right? Now, R. Kelly was allowed to do these things for a number of years. Everybody in Chicago came forward talking about R. Kelly hanging out in high schools, R. Kelly doing all kind of things with these little girls. Just because the industry chose a time to sacrifice him in front of the public doesn't mean that he's not guilty of doing any of the things in which he did. Let's make that very clear. But R. Kelly, just like all these other celebrities, were molded by the powers that be. The powers that be let them get away with a lot of the things they did just to sacrifice them in front of us. That's what they do. They let them get away with everything behind the scenes until they get out of place or their career is up and they go ahead and sacrifice them. But that doesn't mean that R. Kelly is innocent of anything. Now, all of a sudden, this guy who has been talking about black men in a very negative way for the last few months, now all of a sudden, because predators and alleged predators are, getting into some trouble, he wants to align himself with black people again. No, those industry guys don't represent us. See, the tethers want those actors and actresses and musicians to represent us. They don't represent us. They were chosen by the Illuminati. They were chosen by the industry. No, we're going to take back our image, and we're not going to let people like you steal talking points and sully the work that we're putting in. Let's go.
You had so-called gay.
Exactly, Hezo. They were selected for an agenda. That's a fact. Let's go.
L. King interviewed these broads. These women broke down the game, got out of character, and basically said that their parents were setting up Kelly to get that paper. Later on, they had another interview. They coerced the young ladies to change their story. She changed up her story and was like, oh, I was young, I didn't know no better. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. They came to you and they told you, switch your story up. We're trying to crucify this black man. And because these damn 304s go with the...
Now he trying to talk like he FBA. Now all of a sudden, free the black man. But you didn't want Carmelo Anthony, a straight A student who was defending himself, to be freed. But you want P. Diddy to be freed. You a nasty nigga. Boy, oh boy. Now all of a sudden he pro-black. Nah, y'all, we're not gonna let this kind of stuff slide. I'm sorry, we're not letting it slide. Let's go.
The program, and they're so easy to manipulate, they did it. That's why Kelly's behind bars right now. And you content creators, y'all sitting back fanning the flame, knowing good and well that man was done dirty. Y'all sit back and y'all entertain viewers, knowing good and well that black men are being thrown behind prisons. Don't ever get caught up. Don't ever.
Now he cares about black men being incarcerated, thrown in prison. But this is the same guy that said, Carmelo Anthony is going to get raped in jail. Now, all of a sudden he cares because P. Diddy is locked up. R. Kelly is locked up. Mystical is locked up. Now you have this man who cares about black people.
Never let a woman come from your past.
Yeah, this is a chameleon. This is what tethers do. Listen, R. Kelly, P. Diddy, none of them represent us. That's our whole mission is to show you, brothers and sisters, that they don't represent us. But these guys want them to represent us because really this is how they get down in his country. And this is no disrespect to Panamanians, but in Panama, they do some of the things that he's going to talk about in this video. A lot of people do the things that he's going to talk about in his video because they do these things in third world countries, what he's about to describe.
And say you did something. Don't ever let some young lady, matter of fact, where is your lady? Where are you content creators, ladies? Have you ever noticed, brothers, dudes will be online and got no woman, but got all this shit to talk about all these other men?
How do he know who got women and who don't? What if content creators are not bringing a woman online? Like when you just listen to this guy, he's not making no sense. How did he know what guys got going on behind the scenes with women? Like, I mean, this is one of those people that just be talking. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, get the likes up on the video. Let's get this word out, because what y'all about to hear is crazy.
They dragging Diddy, they dragging Kelly, they dragging Chris Brown. They always want to talk about a black man's past.
He don't care nothing about none of those people. The only reason he's bringing them up because it fits the agenda that he's trying to push. He doesn't care about black people. He's only trying to use black people to grandize himself and make merchandise out the people. Let's go.
But what about your past? What dirt do you got? What abuse have you ever caused a woman? Have you ever beat a woman? What have you done? And it's interesting to me how these dudes, they got all this smoke, always want to talk about allegations, always want to talk about what another man did.
This is the same guy. His whole platform is based on tea. His whole platform is a gossip channel. His whole platform is about what another man did. When Shannon Sharp got his allegations, he went on a whole tyrant trying to tear Shannon Sharp down. This is the same guy who built his platform off of other people's shortcomings. And now all of a sudden he's pro-black and he doesn't want to see black people in jail because P. Diddy and R. Kelly is in trouble.
What did you do in your past? What woman did you physically beat? How many times have you cussed a woman out and put hands on her?
Is this projection? I don't know.
Let's bring out those tapes. Let's talk about your situation. They don't want to talk about that. The one that got the biggest mouth is normally the one who's the pedophile. The one who got the biggest mouth is normally the one that been putting hands on women.
Well, this is the guy with the biggest mouth. This is the guy that, is all online and always has something to say about everything and everybody. This is crazy. Like hypocrisy. If hypocrisy were ever a person. Let's go.
The one that is making the most accusations and pointing the finger and saying this man is this and this man.
That's all he does is point the fingers at other men all day. This is crazy. Let's go, man. Y'all run them likes up. Run them likes up because we gonna cook.
That man is normally the predator that you need to be concerned with.
Hold up. This guy is calling people predators. Hold on. Let's just real quick. This guy is calling people predators. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This guy.
How old you are? I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old you are.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
You mother bring the age limit low down. So I heard one person say, well, a girl can get her period at age 11. Are you saying she's a woman now? Yes, she's a woman now. Yes, she's a woman now. Yes, she's a woman now. I said, what the f mean? Once a young lady reaches the age where she can now have a menstrual cycle and have a baby, what do you think that means? Meaning she has now become a woman.
Now, this is the guy. This is the guy that's calling people PDF files. Now, if y'all let this dumb ass reverse psychology work on y'all, if y'all let this work, y'all belong over there. Let's just put that out there right now. If this guy's followers let that stuff he does fly over there, you belong over there. So I'm not trying to, convince y'all to do anything. But what I am doing is letting my people know that just because you see certain people trying to talk like us, that don't mean they part of this grassroots movement that we got going on right now to reclaim our image. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this guy fool you, right? They talk like us, they try to act like us, but they not us.
And a lot of these content creators are wicked. Even the female content creators that love to drag men, They be the type of women that always try to finesse a brother. But because nobody want their ass right now all of a sudden they're on YouTube having therapy sessions, trying to poison and cause other women to be toxic just like them. Social media has literally become a forest fire of nothing but evil, where people come on trying to get a check, and they'll do whatever they can to get that check, even if it mean manipulating you good people. I'm the only one that come online and keep it a buck with y'all. Keep it official. Free R. Kelly. That man.
So keep Carmelo in jail, but free R. Kelly.
And is innocent. Free that man. That man didn't do nothing, bro. Them young ladies got up on camera, on Gayle King, and basically said that their mom said, look, you go with that guy, we're going to take them photos. Their dad said that. You take those, we're going to take your photos, we're going to put it out there, them naked photos. We're going to destroy that man, because if he don't send us some money, we're going to get paid. They said that on Gayle King. But these content creators, they ignore that. Instead, they entertain you with a bunch of BS.
And y'all got to be careful when there's content creators saying they're the only ones who real on social media. They're the only ones. Everybody else is this and everybody else is that. Look, man, look, ladies and gentlemen, those are creators right there who are trying to isolate you for a reason. They're trying to isolate you for a reason. But let's go.
Rather than having morals, value, and integrity, a black man is in prison frying. You guys are enriching yourselves off that. You don't got no shame. You don't got no love for your people. You're a traitor, a damn animal, a dog. And this is what's going on, bro. In the case of Diddy didn't do a damn thing to Cassie. That woman is a 304. I brought out the tapes. I brought out the receipts. We showed y'all all the evidence. That woman was a contestant. She was a willing participant. She was not a victim. She was a participant who loved the freak-offs.
Now, let's be clear about this. All of them are guilty. And I've already did my coverage on what I thought about the Diddy trial and how it's all a joke at this point, right? But we got to get into it. You know, this is a long stream. There's a couple timestamps. There's one thing I really want to point out where he's basically saying that all of us have waited outside of the high school for young girls. And I got to clear that up. We all ain't on that. We all ain't on that type of time. But I want to, it's at the 10-minute mark. Let me go there. Let's go there at the 10-minute mark. Let's go. Because it gets crazy.
Because that's where all the shorties were. You were there.
Hold on. What did he say? Because this is what he wants our image to be. This is what he wants our image to be.
Acting like they got morals and values, like they really care about the youth. Get the fuck out of here. You don't care about nobody else but your damn self. You ruin your life, and you out here acting like you a saint? Stop it. All you dudes were at the high schools, because that's where all the shorties were.
No, nigga, you was outside the high school. Now, we talking about a grown-ass man talking about being outside the high school because that's where all the shorties were. No, you speak, look, you speak for yourself, sir. Because some of us wasn't lames. Matter of fact, when I was in high school, I dealt with older women. They were more beneficial. I was looking at the teachers. I wasn't even dealing with shorties my age. Once I got out of high school, I didn't go back to the high school at all. We from the same era. I did not go revisit the high school to wait for little girls. But you see, you let these people get on here and project. Nah, we wasn't doing that. We wasn't doing that. We don't know what, look, you're not going to project what you do on us using my talking points. We're not going to do that.
You were there.
No, you were there. he'd probably still be pulling up. Because he said 11-year-old is a grown woman. Now, this is a man with 4 daughters. So if he believes that these young girls are grown women and guys are just scared of the system, imagine how his daughter's friends feel coming to the house. He pulling them to the side just to plant a little seed. He pull them to the side. You know, ain't nothing wrong with just talking to him. He one of those.
The 80s and 90s was popping, and all of these men were out there literally with their Benz, their Beamers, their Cressetors, their Maximus, picking up shorties, taking them in their cars to the tellies. All of you were doing it.
No. No, he wasn't. By show ones, fellas, you wasn't at high school. Because I need you. Listen, this is why our image needs to be reclaimed and protected. Because this is what he wants to put on all of us, right? All of my foundational Black Americans, all of my Israelites, all my Judites. Let me know by show of ones that y'all was not pulling up at no high school trying to quote unquote pick up shorties. Let me get that by show of ones, brothers. Let me know. Load the chat with them ones and let it be known, brothers. Because if we let this kind of stuff slide, the objective is able to be fulfilled where they can ruin our character. Their objective is to sully our image. And this is what I'm trying to point out. We're not, what I'm saying essentially is we're not going for that. We're not letting people who are not us, who talk down on us, tell us what we do and who we are. No, this looks bad. This looks horrible. Nothing about what he's saying is right. This looks bad. This makes us look bad. And that's what I'm talking about with our image. You're not going to use my talking points and put out a message that's contrary to our image. We're going to put you in place.
Not just Kelly, so stop the cap. Half of you YouTubers were doing the same thing. All you YouTubers that have the most talk were out at the high schools bagging shorties.
That's what he's doing. Ain't none of us out here in no high schools bagging shorties. But projection is hell of a drug. Yes, let me read some of these comments. We're going to get to the footage. Let me see. Queen Supreme says that creep need to be locked away. He have a sick thinking brain. I really think that he dislikes females. I feel for his wife and daughters that's under his care, shaking my head. There's something that's extremely wrong over there. No Tax says I was in the military right after school. Truth Speaker says this ish ain't normal. I'm Good says police help. Shadow Boxer says he said taking him to the motel. Oh, he definitely was doing it. Probably still is. Right. This man is trying to normalize pulling up to the high schools and taking shorties to the hotel. No, you're not finna normalize that. That's not no normal behavior that was going on in our community. What the hell was y'all doing up in the Bronx? What was y'all doing in the Bronx? I don't know. I mean, listen, all my Bronx natives, my Brooklyn natives, all y'all, was y'all pulling up the shorties in the at the high school? Or was that an R. Kelly thing? And even if people were doing that, that wasn't right. Yeah, trying to corrupt and sully who we are. Let's go.
Because that's where they were at. That was the fishing pond where you get for JJ.
This nigga said but JJ. Look at this. A grown man said but JJ. That's where they were pulling up getting. But man, don't ever say but JJ again, bro. The hell is wrong with you? He said that was the fishing pond. He said the high school was the fishing pond. Nah, bro. If we don't get this old cornball, lame ass, freak body ass Hawaiian shirt, polo bucket hat wearing ass nigga up out of here, if we don't get this weirdo up out of here, We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this, y'all. Nah. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Nah. This guy is not about to take our talking points and do this. I'm going to tell you, anybody who tries to infiltrate the movement that we got going on right now, they're going to get this. They're going to get this barbecue. Anybody who tries it. Let's go.
Stop the cap. I'm blowing up your spot because you're a damn hypocrite. Where were you dudes catching girls? Where were you dudes catching shorties? Y'all were out there at the high schools.
You were out there with the at the high schools. Ladies and gentlemen, this is mishandling of our image. And he's definitely working for the enemy. He got to be working for the enemy because the whole deal is to destroy our image. He wants to act like he's defending black men, but what he's really doing is he's making us look worse. He's making us look worse.
Serious business, bro. And what's crazy is this. All these people on social media act like they all have morals and values. What are the statutes and the laws in the land?
Now he want to talk about the statutes and laws of the land because you got a 50-year-old man who really wants to push up on a 16, 17-year-old woman. I mean, not woman, pardon me, little girl. You got me watching, man. Y'all know what I mean. A 17, 16-year-old girl. He wants to push up on a high schooler. And just 2 days ago, he had black fatigue. He had black fatigue 2 days ago. Now he talking about free P. Diddy. I'm telling you, man, they don't stand on nothing. They don't stand on nothing. You had black fatigue. Now you pro-black and you want a free Diddy. So let me get this right. Only black men who seem to be in the younger girls, you want them free. It's creepy.
Remember I talked about the age of consent? The age of consent in various stages go from 16, 17, and 18. And y'all talking about R. Kelly. How come you're not talking about the elected officials that put these laws in place? How come you're not talking about that? How come you're not talking about the statutes and the laws in the United States that says a young lady or man is considered at the age of consent from 16, 17, and 18? How come nobody's talking about that? How come nobody is saying, let's put the people who voted for this in prison? No. Instead, you want to call people pedophiles. Instead, you want to say, well, you know, grown men shouldn't be messing.
Now, this is the same guy that said a young girl is a grown woman at age 11 if she had her menstrual cycle. This is the same guy who said he don't give a F how old they are. Now he want to talk about the age of consent. Shut up. How are you going to say you don't give a F how old they are when they hit 11? When they hit 11 and have a menstrual cycle, they a grown woman, and dudes is scared of the system. And now you want to go talk about the age of consent. Like, shut up. But his audience keep letting them get away with this. I ain't finna let that slide. Yeah, all of a sudden he had black fatigue a few days ago. Now he pro-black and he want Diddy and R. Kelly out of jail. You know, as they say, birds of a tether.
With that, what does the state say? The state says age of consent. Check this out, fam. If your 17-year-old daughter want to take some heavy meat from a 17-year-old young man, it's okay, right?
Why is he talking about a 17-year-old having heavy meat? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he identifying a 17-year-old? Why is he giving a description of a 17-year-old's privates? Let's go.
That's what you're telling me? So let me get this straight. If the 30-plus-year-old man want to pipe down your daughter, he's a pedophile, he's a bad guy. But if a 17-year-old want to pipe down your daughter and run trains on her, he's cool, right? Which one is it? Which one do you want? Pick your poison, hypocrite.
Now, this is how you know you got a freak-minded ass, perverted ass incel. This man is a married incel. This is how you know that a person got a sick mind and they're demon possessed when everything that come out their mouth is filthy. Like, dude, you dirty. Like, you dirty.
And this is the problem. This is the problem. You would call the dude who's older than her a pedophile, but the dude who is her age, is it okay? So let me get this straight. If you're a father, you don't got no problem with another 17-year-old dude piping down your daughter, getting head while in the car? Your daughter's in the car with a dude right now, topping him off in the car. You cool with that?
No, listen, ladies and gentlemen. You could tell that this man really has some issues, some real sick issues. Yeah, old freak boy out here tweaking. Let me see. Somebody said, yeah, wow, he's in error full blown. Yeah. Somebody said, bro, get him off the screen. Let's get freak body up off the screen, man. I'm gonna play the audio for y'all. Y'all just gotta sit here and look at my look of disgust. Because people don't even want to look at the dude, right? Everybody get them likes up. Yeah. But this is what he did with our talking points about our image. That's what the video is about. He took it a step further, talking about free all these people.
I just want to know, because he's 17. So I want to know, are you cool? Are you cool as a father knowing that your daughter is in the car topping off a dude? You cool with that?
Like, why is he even thinking about that? Why?
He's her age. You cool? He's not a pedophile, right?
This dude is crashing out. This look bad. This make us look bad. That's why I have to correct the situation. This guy is not, look, he's not one of us. We are not aligned with this guy. Look, just because he's trying to take our talking points and run with it, look, we don't rock with him. Right now, we are on the brink of reconstructing our image. And I can't just sit back and let people steal my talking points and turn it into something that they got going on personally. I can't let them do that. Way too many times have I've created something in this space, and guys like this will take it and just to push their own agendas. We're not finna have that happen.
See, which one is it? See, I got you all messed up right now. You don't want your daughter in the car topping off this dude, but guess what? She's going to do it anyway. You know why? Because she's going to make choices just like we did.
You train up a child in the way you would have them go, they won't depart from the faith. Don't let this guy put curses on your daughters. He may be talking like this because perhaps his daughters ain't on the right track. This is what narcissists do. They project. You brothers have more power over your household than he's trying to explain. Yes, your daughters they're gonna make their own choices, but the way you raise them, the way they respect their father, the way they are taught, it goes a long way. Don't just sit up here and let this guy make you believe that your daughter's just gonna be out here on some nonsense.
Just like when you were younger, you were making choices. But you got all this ish to talk about with other people. A lot of people that be viewing these videos are straight up hypocrites, bro. If we could bring up your past, if we could bring up your file, if we could talk about the dirt that you did, my goodness, bro. Some of you dudes would leave the country. If we could bring up your file, some of y'all would leave the country. We gotta free R. Kelly, bro. Free R. Kelly, man. Free that man. Free Diddy. Because Diddy didn't do nothing wrong.
Free Diddy. Listen, let me make this clear. Diddy is very much guilty. Now, what is Diddy guilty of? Diddy is guilty of a whole lot of things that aren't being introduced to the court, into the trial. Now, why? Because Diddy's whole trial is it's an agenda behind it. It's a proxy. The whole Diddy trial, they're insulating and protecting all of the other celebrities that are attached to the freak parties, to the freak offs. What about Allie Carter? What about all of the people that are real victims? We're not talking about Cassie right now. All of those people in Hollywood get down with the Lima. All of them get down with the freakism, the sex, magic, and rituals. Diddy don't represent us. Real 80 says Diddy trial is still early. They just getting started, making us look bad. We need to delineate. We definitely got to delineate. we got to call this out right here. The Diddy trial just getting started. He's screaming free Diddy. It ain't even came out yet. Everything ain't even been brought on the table yet. Yeah, your boy jumping the gun. He talking about free Diddy is wild. Free Diddy is wild. I'm telling you.
You damn satanic ass shits.
In this case. He ain't do anything wrong, guys. People are just literally having a public lynching right now because obviously he's a man to be hated, and we the people gonna hate him more than the people who hate him. And we do this to our own people. Show me the white man that is being publicly lynched right now by the media. I'll wait. I'll wait. Where is he? Show me the white man that is being publicly lynched by the media.
Well, that's because the media creates these characters, and they create them just to lynch them publicly. And you can't believe everything you see. These celebrities sign up for these humiliation rituals. They know that they're coming. Everything is scripted in Hollywood. These celebrities, they have a script. And they know that they're going to be used to make their own people look bad. That's what they're the actual race traitors. They're the actual sellouts. Diddy is an actual sellout. Because Diddy had a script just like the rest of them. And honestly, Diddy is really just like his daddy, a confidential informant. Diddy a fed, just like his daddy. Diddy is just playing out his role in all of this. That's the truth about it, to make our people look bad. Because Diddy done a lot worse than what we're seeing. That's the truth. But he's just using this situation with Diddy to try to exonerate his own name because he's been talking wild and crazy. Because he can't control his tongue. He's speaking madness and buffoonery.
Right now. None. And that's my point. We are our worst enemy. You know? We are our worst people.
Yeah, this is a guy who hates Carmelo Anthony screaming free Diddy and R. Kelly. That's just wild work. And now he want to talk about how we hate our people. And this guy literally all his content is about black people being animals and savages. And calls us hoodlums and scammers and thugs and all of it. And he has black fatigue. Remember, this is the guy who has black fatigue talking about we need to stick together now. Why? Because he want P. Diddy to be free. And I say P. Diddy because P. Diddy like the piss. P. Diddy. He want P. Diddy out here. He want P. Diddy back outside. Now, P. Diddy might be back outside because the powers that be might want that. They was out there paying people $20 a pop, $20 an hour to wear free Diddy shirts and protest outside the damn courthouse. So Diddy might be back outside. But he waiting for it. Because he thinking his sick-ass mind somehow that's going to get him a high school girl, allegedly.
Worst enemy, bro. Of course you're going to say Diddy ain't your people. Because at the end of the day...
Wow. He said, of course you're going to say Diddy ain't your people. Diddy ain't our people. Diddy ain't our people. Diddy is a Boule member. Diddy is a Freemason.
That's the mentality of us. We hate each other so much. You know who's your people? Your people is Anthony, the dude who killed the Carmelo Anthony dude who killed the white boy by stabbing him.
Who defended himself.
That's your people, a killer. That's who you support. You understand? You support real killers, but you don't support people that are innocent.
So he's claiming that Mystical's innocent, Diddy's innocent. He's claiming that all these guys are innocent. Look, none of them are innocent. And they chose to sell out to the industry. The industry going to do what they want to do with you. After they done using you for whatever agenda, they're going to toss you and throw you away. We don't want to see that happen to nobody, but that's the game that they played. That's the diabolical game they chose to play. Let me see. Breed, you came outside with your woman after he did it first. I seen you steal from dude a few times. What? To infinity. Sir, that's stupid. That's dumb. Listen to yourself. Somehow in a video, you seen this man come outside with his wife. And you seen me in videos come outside with my wife. And you saying to yourself, I stole the idea of coming outside with my wife from this guy. I want you to hear how that sounds.
So let me get this straight. Diddy gets life in prison for allegations, but yet a dude who murdered somebody, you want him free and hit his GoFundMe up. I'm telling you, man, you folks is weird, bro.
He want to call people weird.
You folks is weird.
He calling people weird.
Weird.
Oh man, you shouldn't have did that. Oh, he shouldn't have did it. Hold on, y'all. He should be calling people weird. Oh man, why do they do this, bro? Why do they keep trying to steal from us, bro? It's like you got the wrong person, bro. You got the wrong guy, man. Stop it. Hold on, y'all. Commercial break.
I'm live on a channel that have 175,000 subscribers. There's only 50 people here watching. You have to think about that. You ever wonder why? Think about this. 87 people viewing this show right here. What money you think I'm making? What money am I making? Help me! Help me! Nigga! Help me! Dude, guys, I'm trying to figure out how do you get rich with 80 people viewing a live stream. Nobody's hitting the Cashapp. The views are not hundreds of thousands of views. You get paid per 1,000 views. So look at all my videos and look at the views, and you tell me, what exactly do I get paid? I'm barely surviving. Barely surviving. I don't know any millionaires that start a GoFundMe that didn't reach its goal. I don't understand how that happens. Oh, my GoFundMe that's in my community section, oh, we never even reached the goal. How many months it been? Millionaires?
Watching Nubreed at night like a weirdo. Rincoons on YouTube, a gang stalking wear a Rito. With a flick of the screen, watch him lie all night. He's the weirdo that gaslights for views and likes. Rincoon TV overreaction, so wild. On YouTube, causing trouble like a rotten child. No time for calm when this gang stalker around. Bounce and boom, every move he makes, he's a clown. Manipulator so quick, he's a mastermind. Troublemaker, run or he'll agitate you. He flips the switches, his lies with a sly little grin. Rincoon's game is a fight he doesn't win. Rincoon TV overreaction, so wild. On YouTube, causing trouble like a rotten child. No time for calm when this gang stalker around. Bounce and boom, every move he makes, he's a clown. Cameras zoom in, lights they scatter, scooters and lawnmowers to flatter.
Hey, yo.
Rincoon's 8-hour stream, sun up to moonlit night. Gang stalking, monitoring spirit with no heart. Rincoon TV overreaction, so wild. On YouTube, causing trouble like a rotten child. No time for calm when this gang stalker around.
Hey, yo.
Bounce and boom.
Hey, hold up, though. You got the raccoon singing though. Nah, this one of my favorite scenes right here, yo. Look at the girl running from him though, yo.
On YouTube, causing trouble like a rotten child. No time for calm
Hey, she getting up out of there, bro.
when this gang stalker around. Bounce and boom, every move he makes, he's a clown. He's a narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. He's a narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. He's a narcissist, narcissist, narcissist.
Like, don't you ever call nobody weird. Boy, we got a whole song on how weird you are. And now you want to look, he want to steal weird. I'm always calling people weird. Now that's weird. He can't think of another word to describe R. Kelly. It's weird. Or people who condemn R. Kelly. Y'all weird. Everything's weird. Weird. Nah, you're not finna. Like, bro, stop watching me, bro. Stop stealing my content, bro. You're not finna call nobody weird, man. You're not gonna do that. We're not finna let you do that. Anyway, y'all, we having fun with this, man. We are having fun with this, man. Got the treads in a bucket on the toilet though. That's crazy. That's wild though.
This is crazy. These women were willingly with Kelly. They were interviewed by Gayle King. She was like, what kind of relationship you guys have?
Let's fast forward. This is boring.
See, this is where the pedal meet the metal and people get mad. But the truth is the truth. If your daughter see a grown man and she want that man to put meat on her back, there's nothing you can do about it.
Do y'all hear this freak body ass dude? Now let me help remind y'all. He's saying once a girl is 11, you know, pretty much she a grown woman. So he's saying if an older man put one, in his words, put his privates on your daughter back, ain't nothing you can do about that. That's what he said. That's what he said. This is how he talks. This man is demon. This is a demon right here. This is a demon. That's a demon.
You could get mad all you want. What's her age? What is the statute in the state? It is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. She's at the age of consent, which means she could consent to having that pipe. It is what it is. You know?
Now he want to talk about the age of consent, but he already said that. He don't care how old she is. He said that. Y'all heard it. Everybody heard it.
Real men don't have daughters. You sound like a dumbass. Imagine this dumbass. This man says real men don't have daughters. So how the fuck are you going to have a woman in your life, dumbass, if a man don't impregnate a woman to have daughters?
He should have just ignored that comment. But y'all know how the Bible says, a man with no control over himself is like a city with no walls.
You sound stupid. And this is what I mean about these damn immature clowns. The type of comments that I see from people is just retarded.
Don't call nobody else a clown.
People stupid. I mean, did you really read this person?
You calling people stupid, but you talking about free P. Diddy in 1 week worth of trial. It's only been 1 week, and you talking about free P. Diddy.
Since comments, person said real men don't have daughters. So how you expect to have a woman? Unless you like men. That's probably what it is. He likes men.
This, man, I ain't gonna do it.
A lot of these dudes like men, guys. Believe it or not.
I mean, he's been projecting the whole stream. So, hey, this grown man calls a woman's box for JJ. For JJ. Don't ever say that again.
And see, with me, I keep it a buck. I tell you straight.
Yo, anybody who always telling you that they keep it real and they keep it a buck, they be the fakest people. When you hear people just keep saying, I keep it a buck, I keep it real, I keep it a buck, I keep it a buck, I keep it real. Who are you trying to convince? Yo, when you keeping it real, people gonna know you keeping it real. When you keeping it real, people just gonna relate. And they just gonna rock with you because they know you keeping it real. You ain't got to keep saying, see, I keep it a buck. Lame.
I can show and teach my daughters the truth. But at the end of the day, they're going to grow up there. And guess what? Some dude won't pipe them down. There's nothing I could do about that. See,
now, why would you talk about your own daughters like that? Why would you talk about your daughters getting piped down? Why?
I keep it real.
What man talks like this?
Keep it a buck.
See, I'm keeping it real. No, that's not keeping it real. You just got a sick, disgusting ass mouth.
I'm not like these fucking hypocrites that be acting like they got their kids on lockdown. Bro, just like we were out in the streets hunting.
We know that you ain't got your oldest daughter on lockdown. We know that. It's because she probably don't respect you. You hear me? Your oldest daughter don't respect you. So she probably out here in these streets because she don't rock with you because you're a poor example. Talking about smashing women at the workplace and, you know, G-banging women at the workplace and all that. And you saying this on public platforms. Yeah, this dude on public platforms talking about guys ganging up on one broad at the workplace. And now you want to get on social media and project. Your daughter out here doing what she doing because her father is an embarrassment. Her father is sick in the head. A whole pervert out here who don't respect women. I got to let it be known we don't rock with this guy at all. So don't let this man take our talking points and make it seem like he's for black empowerment or he wants to, you know, release the captives. No, this dude is only talking about free P. Diddy and R. Kelly for obvious reasons.
Hunting for shorties, somebody hunting for your daughter, bro. There's nothing you could do about it.
If somebody pulling up to the high school hunting for our daughters, that person needs to be locked up.
Reason why we here is because our pops fucked our mom, and that's how we got here, bro. Keeping it a G with you.
He keeping it a G.
I don't care who get mad, bro. I'm the only one that keep it a buck. Everybody
You hear that?
else is fake on social media, bro. I'm the only real one, bro.
What a lame.
Nobody makes it hot other than me.
What a lame.
Make it hot. I keep the conversation going, bro. I keep the people engaged. I keep y'all tuned in. You know? I keep
this nigga drunk, bro.
People watching the whole show. You know?
This nigga dusty, bro.
It's crazy, man. People weird out here, man.
This right here, this is he keep calling people weird. This is a twant right here, bro. This is man, look, I just got to clear our mission statement up. When we talk about restructuring our image, we're not talking about freeing people who Hollywood threw away or the industry threw away. We're talking about the fact that these people don't represent us. Let me see. He says, he looked like he don't even believe what he said. Somebody says he hustling off a Nubreed. Yeah, that's what he's doing. It's the same guy that last week he had black fatigue. Now we need to stick together so R. Kelly and P. Diddy is back on the streets. Meanwhile, he ain't talking about freeing no political prisoners. He ain't talking about freeing Matulu. He ain't talking about freeing. He ain't talking about taking Sada Shakur off the FBI list. No, he said we want P. Diddy back in the streets. Yo, when you just listen to this is wild. Man, I got a timestamp for y'all. I got a timestamp because it gets bad. This whole conversation, he's just talking sick and nasty. But he used the buildup of our talking points over here on Nubreed Global Truth. He used the buildup to push his own narrative, and I'm not finna let that happen. Let's go here.
But she was just she walked around like 3 times, like 2-3 times.
Look at this. This you gotta watch out for this dude, right? Listen to this, y'all.
We gonna end up losing our job that way.
Hold on now. Let me go back some because he about to really go tell on himself here. Let's go.
Because that dude is blowing her back out at work. Because you ain't doing your job. You too soft, bro. I'm trying to tell you the real. You keep getting mad at me. I don't know why. If some of these ladies really be honest with you, it'll hurt your feelings. If some of them really be honest. So
he just out of nowhere saying that when you brothers be at work, your girl getting smashed, right? I don't even know why he said that. I think he's projecting or whatever, but let's go.
They ain't gonna tell you. But isn't that wrong, Ringo? Isn't that wrong? It is what it is, bro. Some of you guys be at the job banging out shorties on the job.
So he said, isn't that wrong? It is what it is. Some of you guys be at the job banging shorties, right? Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm going to put this damn pipsqueak back in its place. You finna be stealing. Nah, let's go.
And I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, we can end up losing our job that way. It's a dangerous thing to be banging the shorties at the job, bro. Very, very dangerous thing. You don't want to be doing that. But sometimes we can't help it, man. Because, you know, when you see a sister, bro, she got that wagon, bro. That's crazy, man.
He's saying sometimes what he's doing is projecting right now. Now, for those that don't know, I end up meeting this old weird ass nigga in real life. And one of the first things this guy's talking about is smashing women at work. Caught me completely off guard. Talking about smashing shorties at the job and how they were lined up behind the dumpster and doing X, Y, and Z with shorty, and she can make your thing disappear and all this other nastiness. And I'm like, yo, if you don't get your weird ass away from me, all that you talk about on social media about whoremonger males and guys who, you know what I'm saying, just out here doing X, Y, and Z. I'm thinking as this supposed to be an elder. This what this sick nigga wanted to talk about. Let's go.
You know how it is with us brothers, man. We can't resist a wagon, bro.
Man, you don't have no discipline. What are you talking about?
The other day I was out here. I think I was doing the lawn. We had this woman. I don't even know what nationality she is, bro. She was walking by. And I'm like, damn, what the hell? She had a wagon, bro. Crazy. But that was all advertisement. She was really...
Yeah, when he's saying, you know how it's us, brother. No, it ain't us. You don't speak for all of us. Listen, this guy does not speak for us. He don't speak for us. Let's go.
Advertising herself. It wasn't that she was just walking by. That was advertisement. She was trying to make me check her out.
How did he know what she was trying to do? Shorty probably was lost trying to find her way out of the neighborhood. And your weird ass thinks you ain't even say nothing. She walked by. She probably looking where to go. Your weird ass in the yard lurking.
And if she's watching the show, next time say hello. I'm just saying, got to put it out there because you know how it is, guys. Sometimes you never know who's watching.
This incel couldn't even approach her. He thought Shorty was going at him, but this incel couldn't even go holler at Shorty. He gonna tell next time. She walked by a few times and your ass froze up. You want to give all these men game, tell all these brothers how to do X, Y, and Z, and your ass was a peeping Tom in your neighborhood. You was a peeping Tom. Your lame. He's just a lame. He gonna wait till he get on YouTube back in his inner world. He gonna jump back in the Matrix and then get some heart to holler at Shorty over the internet. Yo, hey, look, brothers, do not take no notes from this guy.
But she was just she walked around like 3 times, like 2-3 times.
And he ain't say nothing. He waited and jumped on YouTube.
Just to make me see. I saw. She got a wagon. Definitely.
She probably thought you was weird as hell.
Pastor on the phone. No, I'm not in the studio, fam. I can't get the pastor.
If he was in the studio, he would have been put on his female voice. He would have been turned into a whole itch out here.
Outside, bro. How can I get him on the phone? I'm using my phone right now, dog. I'm using my phone right now. They laughing in the comments.
Yeah,
she was thirst trapping.
They laughing at you because you ain't say nothing. They laughing at you because Shorty walked by 3-4 times and all you did was look and you waited to get in the inner world and then try to holler at her on the internet. You was being a peeping Tom. They laughing at you, not with you. Stupid.
I mean, if you want to call it that, it is what it is.
Yeah, he one of them roofie, one of Jeffrey Dahmer ass dudes, man. Hell no. This dude don't represent us. Stop trying to speak for us. You said you're not an Israelite. You said you're not a foundational black American. You said you don't like black people and you got black fatigue. You're not us. Stop trying to speak for us. Yeah, but he'll be but look, exactly. But he'll pull a high schooler and a New York second. The only reason he probably didn't go at Shorty because she was a grown ass woman.
Thirst trapping advertisement, because it's like, why walk down my way? You know what I'm saying? She walked right down where I was. So basically she was trying to make a brother see that thing. And that's what I mean. Like, they be wanting you to lay pipe. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. So they try to make themselves, it's like they want you to say something, you know? But I don't.
He froze up. And now he want to talk about it on the internet after he froze. You ain't got no game. Why did you ain't do none of that stuff you did in the studio? None of that Panamanian mating calls you do up in the studio. You ain't got no game. That's crazy.
Don't do that. I'm not wasting my time. If a woman is interested or whatever the case is, she got to say something. You know what I mean? She got to say something. She got to speak up. You know, if you want a brother to lay pipe.
Yeah, Shorty, exactly. Shorty can't even walk around the neighborhood. She probably getting her afternoon walk, wasn't even paying this man no damn attention. She walked around a couple times. She probably had her workout wear. She just walking around the neighborhood getting exercise. And she got to be preyed on by this pervert. And now he talking about laying pipe and all that. Shorty was just walking. Minding her business. That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's crazy.
You got to let them know. Like, look, hey, how you doing? I see you all the time. Start up that conversation. Then we can make arrangements to lay pipe.
This nigga's a weirdo.
You know? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, man, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Look, I gotta make it clear and evident that we don't rock with dude. Don't let them try to come into these spaces. Use my talking points. Y'all, look, social media. Look, all the people who rock with me, man, do not let this guy steal my talking points about black men and protecting our image while simultaneously pushing a sick, nasty fetish that he got going on. Don't let this dude get away with that. Don't let him do it. You already see what type of time this guy's on. Look, I don't even know why anybody would be over there, supporting this material, but I mean, it is what it is. Look, I had to keep y'all updated. Man, I got more material coming. Y'all know what to do. This is a grassroots movement. We don't push no perversion in our community, and we're not defending any of these guys who've been convicted of certain crimes, and we're not trying to get all those guys free. There's people in jail right now for things they did not do, and we would like to focus on those people. And also, you can't let somebody just be wishy-washy like that. You can't let somebody, just grift. Just grifting. Just chameleonaire. Nah, we're not doing that, man. Ain't nobody finna steal from my platform no more. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And so, hey, look, I'm all for peace over here. I mind my business, but these people ain't finna steal what I'm doing, and they're not going to pollute and corrupt it. All right? Simple as that. Now, y'all know it's back to business. So, look, praises to the Most High. Peace and blessings to the chat. Y'all be blessed out here. More material coming. Shalom and peace. Oh, get y'all's Tether action figures. NewbreedGlobalTruth.com. Go check the merchandise out. Man, support the merch, y'all. NewBreedGlobalTruth.com. Also support the Cash App, man. Newbreed Global Truth 77, man. Show your support, man, if you like the material. Y'all be blessed out here. Peace.